So, this is my third or fourth time making this video. I originally made the video, um, and it was a part two. Um, but the only issue with that was the like fire alarm went off in the hotel when I was just taking a break and shit, and went on all night. Surprisingly, and then fucking, I called to get the night compensated, and they was like, "Oh yeah, we'll see what we can do uh, as quick as we can." And the fucking dude just kicked me out the next day, and I'm like, whatever, man, because I fucking fell asleep because I made the video after the fire alarm like shut off at 6. But I mean, that's just it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna, trip over spilt milk. Fucking, we didn't. We didn't all. Well, we didn't even have a goddamn talk. It was, shit was just stupid. But anyway, yeah, part two. Fucking, basically, I've had to have like this weird ass fucking new thought process to get through all of this shit, right? Because whatever, like 5 minutes, something else is going on, and then like everybody got another fucking story after another story and shit, and it's just like, what the fuck are you supposed to goddamn believe? You know what I'm saying? But you're supposed to maintain your sanity and shit because you're the one in the fucking hot seat. Everybody's judging you and shit. Or that's what they want, right? So I'm trying to figure this shit out, and I just have to have like multiple continuities of what ifs and maybes, right? And the more people show me, the more like I can like lay down a real grounded and solid track for what's really going on and shit. And the only issue is that when it's wrapping up to its final conclusion and shit, you start getting flooded with like information and answers because it has to like all coincide. And you have to like process that shit fucking emotionally because a lot of the shit you wanted to feel or you wanted to go through, you didn't have time to. You're in the middle of shit. And it was hard enough doing it the first fucking time, you know? There's like a little bit of uncertainties. There's things that you really don't want to be true, but there's evidence towards it, and fucking the fuck you supposed to do? Well, I did it once, and that fucked up, but I'm not entirely mad at that because shit happens, and then also like it gave an opportunity for Melanie to like speak some truth. Now she lied on me again, but near the end of it, she was telling like more and revealing more about like the real like dumbass and fucking wicked ass shit she has been through. You know what I'm saying? And man, if you ever take a step towards the right direction or even healing yourself or getting closer to God, any of those things, anything positive really, I'm always gonna be your number one goddamn advocate because I mean, shit like it seemed like she ain't have fucking nobody to be on her goddamn side ever. Um, don't change the fact that you know what I'm saying what she did to me, but I made it out. I'm making it out, and I have compassion. You know, end of the day, I just care about people's souls and shit. So I just hope that they get enough of whatever it is to just do better and shit. That's all I be hoping for, man. And she took a step in the direction of healing. It won't nobody go support her because of the shit she did. I'm gonna do that because again, I know a lot of people. I met a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? When you fucking goddamn thrown to the wolves and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Nobody want to tell you the truth, and everybody at every store who don't even fucking know you, don't even have time to ask, fucking police and all that shit, and just fucking start to like, you know, turn you into that fucking pariah. Like all I had to rely on was these people. I didn't know how to fucking do shit, and I knew something was up from the beginning. But these people were literally like I had to like observe them and learn how to fuck to survive out here. Like take the advice, take what they do. I build little camps and shit. That's better than being outside. Fucking prepare for winter. I don't know how long this shit gonna take. Every time, I mean, I did like ask for help when I was like called. You know what I'm saying? FBI made the little thing. Shit, ain't nobody do shit. I don't know if niggas thought I was crazy or some shit. But I ain't told nothing but the truth and shit. So yeah, this shit's happening out here. Fucking I called the NAACP and she answered she knew exactly what it was before I even told her what it was. It was gang stalking. She said, it's huge. They get most of their calls from the East Coast and Pennsylvania specifically. So I'm like, oh, okay, shit. Goddamn, this is more prevalent than I fucking thought, you feel me? And I'd have found some of their equipment and shit. Like this. There's a grocery cart full of these shits. It's a fucking GPS tracker. They put this on my motherfucking whip. You know what I'm saying? I found this super duper light. That shit. That's on its lowest setting. That shit fucking like you ever seen like the little Hollywood with the little fucking you point that bitch in the sky, somebody from like you know what I'm saying 30 nah, it's not like, large enough. I'm talking like a couple miles away gonna see this shit. I'm just saying. Like it's just bright as fuck. Oh, I saw a fucking little grocery cart, and this is when I found some shit. And this is when they was fucking acting up. You know what I'm saying? Going stupid. And so I took my little machete and fucking cut off the bags because it was tied to this shit. And I couldn't move both grocery carts. What I did find was like these two little fucking skulls, right? I don't know fucking. I mean, I done picked up animal skulls. I ain't never picked up no human skull, but it looked human, and it felt like the little animal skull. But these bitches had horns on them motherfuckers. It was in like a wicker net. And it's two of them bitches about the size of like like 2 times as big as a softball, I guess. Like a mini, like a little mini head, but it wasn't very big. But them bitches had 2 protruding horns on that bitch. I'm like, what the fuck? And my phone had died. I was actually on my way to charge the shit. That's what I had bruh do bike. Cause he had gave like I got my shit back. So fuck it, I ain't give a fuck about the bike. So anyway, yeah. Oh man, it's just a fucking lot. You know what I'm saying? I know people be going fucking. I know people know what the fuck I'm going through, and I know people who I got 4 friends on Facebook. I know more people watch me than that, and like shit, man. Like, I just be feeling alone and shit, but it is what it is. And called the FBI again. They said call the local police. I'm like, what the fuck is the local police gonna do? Them niggas fucking with me too. I was like, well, I guess now it actually shifted for real. I think they more so on my side. Like a lot of the people seem to be more on my side, and you know what I'm saying. I could be some brute force motherfucker, but this town or whatever, it seems just like a lot of people are just conflicted, and I hope that in any way, my walk could have helped people believe, because it seems to me that this has been going on for a minute, and I'm not sure on this. Because some of these people might just have been born liars or some shit, but I think a lot of them have been hurt, and I'm not ever gonna, like, I might have to cut somebody off. I might have to stop dealing with somebody, but I ain't gonna motherfucker stop. And, yeah, and like I know I gotta do me for real, but I can't give up on what's the bigger issue. You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas had fucking these niggas got fucking equipment. Like goddamn, and like I couldn't, like I tried to go to the eBay. They fucking the Easy Pawn. They fucking kicked me out on site. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Like you just took that. Why can't you take this and it just be some big ass deal? I'm like, fuck y'all niggas. Cause you ain't supposed to fucking. That's not good business practice and shit. So I'm like, whatever, nigga. And it was just hard, just to get anything. And I, you know, these people may steal. I ain't gonna steal from nobody, but I also need shit. And I can't afford shit, nor get the means to, you know what I'm saying, afford shit at a particular time. So I, you know what I'm saying, buy shit from them. You know what I'm saying? Or they just, you know what I'm saying, help give me shit. I won't never stupid. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck this came from. But shit, it's gonna get used today. Like, type energy, that's what it is. So that's my modus operandi. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Cause niggas was treating me funny and shit. So, and but I saw a lot of pain in a lot of the eyes of the people I encountered. Some of them, I mean, it's just almost like fucking they just can't get right type of shit. Like, but I can understand. It's almost like trying to get out of a cult. You ever like YouTube somebody who got out of a cult? It's several like paradigm shifts and reality breaking events that have to occur because that's been their whole world. Like, these people could have honestly had like real true intentions, been some of the most kindest in like how it works with Sith and like Star Wars and shit. You break that fucking kind ass heart, you get a monster. And I'm like, if I'm dealing with a monster and it's so large, right? All I'm experiencing is the motherfucking fingers, the digits and shit. You know? Like, where the head at? Where the head's at? Because it seems like a goddamn Hydra or something. And saying, let me attack that shit. And that's what I want to do. Like, if they got like access to fucking the court system and the motherfucking cops and fucking, you know, however large this motherfucking big ass web is, like, the niggas up there are doing this shit so they can point the fingers at these motherfuckers. If you create a society where it perpetuates this, it is advantageous to the people who could pay for their fucking laws and shit. Like, they should be held more accountable and more responsible than the niggas that, like, quote unquote personally offended me. Like, no, that's backwards because it doesn't heal shit. It doesn't fix anything. It just creates a vacuum. Oh, all these motherfuckers get scapegoated for the issue, and then what? They just need more motherfucking runners, and all they got to do is break and crush the souls of, you know, other pure-hearted people, and the cycle continues. You know what I'm saying? No, fuck that shit. This ain't Superman, Batman shit. We ain't fucking throwing them in Arkham and they just busting out. I don't agree with that shit. Like, there's a bigger issue at hand here. And, you know what I'm saying? And I don't fucking, I mean, shit. I always believe, you know, just change behavior is better than punishment. But sometimes punishment is the only way you're going to get change behavior. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to it either. It's just that, like, for real, we lock people up and shit. It just makes them better criminals or just breaks them down even more. And it's just like, the solutions aren't even a means to an end. It's just the most laziest fucking thing a nigga could do is just put him in a goddamn cage. What? How? How does that fix shit? When they get out, the ones that are like have enough sense to stay out, they a different person. And it's really bad when you get the dangerous ones that got smarter and never go back in, because then they perpetuate that shit to other people. That mentality is not good. It's prisons should be some of the smallest institutions in America. I'm talking about for people who, like, it's just, we done tried everything. God's honest truth, we should have is just reform centers. Now, I mean, yeah, lock a motherfucker up, but, you know, have them be reformed. You know, mandatory, like, psych evaluations, like progress reports. You know what I'm saying? Are they a danger to society? Get them something, because, like, if you on this, like, kick where, you know what I'm saying, they did crime, they do the time or whatever, and but you still arguing like, oh, you gonna give them free college? I had to work with nigga. Do you know them? Their whole fucking life, maybe they had a disadvantage. Maybe their whole life was a goddamn disadvantage. Just, you know what I'm saying? And that's the reason that they were in that spot. You can't. You can't. You just gonna get mad at that shit, and then like fucking, they don't even the prison guards and shit and wardens. What I don't know what the fuck. They don't even like try to like break that race like division and shit. If anything, they reinforce it in prison. That, does that sound smart to you? For the whole fucking society? Of a melting pot of America? Nah, I don't fucking. It's not smart. And so, you know what I'm saying? I'm on my little soapbox and my motherfucking white horse, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Because it's the truth. Obviously, this shit has been going on for way longer. And the whole purpose is to, like, make a nigga sound like you're crazy. But am I really crazy? When the evidence presents itself, but nobody wants to talk on it. Nobody wants to speak up. And if you do, you get labeled something. That's you've created an environment where you've set the ecosystem to let the disease thrive. That's dumb as hell. And I ain't with it. I didn't heard stories about tunnels and kids and shit. And you know what I'm saying? I wasn't immediately gonna speak on shit like this because, like, again, I know what they fucking want for me. They want me to sound like I'm crazy and shit. Yet they doing the most right now. And ain't nobody motherfucking hooting and hollering for Tyrese Curtis Bryant. Ain't nobody like an injustice for Tyrese, injustice for all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hearing much. But I know there's people supporting. And I know there's people that are, you know what I'm saying, counting on me to win. Because I think a lot of people that have gone through this have, like, they might have believed in God, but maybe they faith faltered. Maybe they got turned into some of these people out here, and then got so fucking mad at God and the world that they just want to burn it all to the fucking ground and shit. And I can understand that because I have goddamn compassion. Like when I went through my fucking crisis of faith, I was so heavily in the church, but I felt like I couldn't even talk to them because I felt like they had gotten so much hope, as I did too, and I wouldn't want anybody to feel as broken as I felt when I had a crisis of faith. You know, like God was starting to talk to me. I was doing all of this stuff, but I felt like I was getting no goddamn relief on shit, and I yelled at God and I said, I just need time. I just need to stop. And then I'm always researching shit, and I researched more science and shit. It didn't add up. Then I had more questions, and I was like, but I didn't want to go back to that because I thought it was just gonna be a whole bunch of, well, it was just spiritual warfare I wasn't ready for at the time. And then I started doubting God, and that took away a monumental staple from my identity that I was just trying to hide with success and shit. The fuck was that? You all there? Sounded pretty heavy, man. I still hear the shit. Um, could be the fucking raccoon. I don't know. Anyway, it did sound kind of heavy. What's up? I hear you. Anyway, what was that? Doesn't even matter. I'm gonna just get to the facts as I know them and shit. Cause I got time for that. Um, I guess it all started. Like I was getting at my last like wits end playing this goddamn game of tug of war with Melanie. Me trying to help her and everybody else pushing her to whatever. You know, and people have gone through some stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying? But um, I finally got her to get baptized, right? And it was after that, you know what I'm saying? I had to go somewhere, got into the car. Guy was in the passenger seat, and that's when he called me Haroon, and I was nervous as a bitch. um, I got back, and I was like, well, since she was the first person I baptized, I'm gonna start up the order of Melchizedek and everything, and she can be the first priestess. You know, I had never seen her so happy in fucking life that I've seen. And the reason why, like, I stuck by her so, cause she got on my nerves a couple, like, more than plenty times, but God has showed me her soul twice, and each time it was a fucking like it was a child. It's two different ages. One was like 9, the other one was like 14. And quite honestly, it fucking broke my heart. Because it was in those like split second moments and shit. Because I'm looking at like her now, and it just flashed, and I saw her for like a couple seconds in either of the states, and it was like an instant like download, like what had happened, and I ain't never want fucking. I felt it upset me. People do to your kids, man. I saw all the brokenness and all the hope in a couple moments, and it just pushed me to keep trying to help. And I'm glad that I saw her finally like stand up for herself. You know what I'm saying? No matter what the fuck. That's all I want for people. But yeah, I had my plan, go back to Virginia and head out overseas to do this military contract and shit. And got her baptized, had the cat, everything packed up. She had a friend, uh, Drew, and you know what I'm saying? I don't. If she got dude friends or whatever, I don't give a fuck. Because I already told her from jump, if you cheat, I'm not getting back with you. Like, hell no. Like, and no other dick goes inside you. This is not how it works. I ain't fucking with that shit, and I ain't got time to run behind you and spy and make sure about shit. Not gonna be doing that. Um, if I can't trust you, what's like too much energy? I should just have somebody I can trust. That's what I feel like. Um, and she said, "Won't nothing." You seem like a cool dude. You know, niggas lie, but I'm gonna have to wait till shit can be proven. So, like, we have this religious debate, and eventually, I convinced him to get baptized. It takes about like a week or something. At this time, she acting a fool, and and why I think she was acting a fool way more than usual was two reasons. I ain't leading into them right now, but um, the day of the baptism, right, the night of it, she goes ballistic. Fucking throws the fucking kitty litter, the used goddamn kitty litter. It was just ungrateful as shit. All over my fucking pack bags and shit. Like, doesn't understand the sacredness of the fucking event here when we trying to win souls and shit. And just way blown out of proportion. It was so disrespectful. I said I was done. Like I was like, nah, this is what we do here. You know what I'm saying? Grand High Order, the Melchizedek and shit. I had to strip her of her title. It's like you know you have to fucking go through some shit and earn the right to have this back ever. But I knew, but I also broke up with it at the time because I was like, there's no way. Like you don't just do shit like that. And fucking like I can't go forth on the commission if you gonna be doing dumbass shit like that. How the fuck you gonna be coming along? You know what I'm saying? That's not somebody I can fucking have on my team, right? Um, so I got nowhere to go. So I'm eventually just chilling by myself for a little bit, and then me and Drew start hanging, and all that shit to prepare to go from Virginia to to Colorado to Virginia. That took money, and that money was now fucked with. So it pushed me back a month. I'm like, all right. Um, fucking at the end of the month, Drew introduced me to TT and Robert. They get like enamored in the conversation, and they asked me to tell them more about God, and I'm like, oh snap, cool. So that's what I'm trying to do, and but I know it's gonna put me back another month. But I have a solid plan, and I worked everything out, and it was gonna be golden, and at least that's what I thought. Fucking, I tell my folks that, send the family back home in Virginia, because I'm not trying to be like, hey, I'm inconsistent or anything. No, I'm really trying to do this. It's just this, you know, is God telling me to stay here? Because it seems like every so often it's like fucking new people get incidents in the meet or whatever. Doesn't matter. So I'm hanging with TT and fucking Robert. Then I meet Jared. I met Diamond too. Um, just a crazy cast of characters, for real. Um, Diamond seems like she's fucking insane. Um, house dirty as hell. Just so much lasciviousness. Fucking, it's weird. But I'm like, hey, this what we doing. This what we doing. You know what I'm saying? God ain't afraid to play with a little dirt. So, you know what I'm saying? TT Robert was cool. Jared was cool for like a whole month. At the end of that month, I'm like packing up. I'm like, all right, y'all, it's been real. I'm outskis. Fucking TT begged me to stay. I'm like, I already done pushed back. My family probably fucking not like I done said I need to leave already. You know what I'm saying? I like to keep my word and shit. But I said I'd pray about it. Then that's when I had a dream with the car crash and fucking the angel and shit. And then a tree sprout forth out of the concrete. A blue tree came up and had fruit on it. It's like a little shrub. And so I think, despite all of the ill omens in that dream, I felt like there was people that needed watering, and I hope people witnessing what I've gone through and how like keeping faith can have you triumph and shit. Water their faith. Know that they capable of doing the same shit. And to not let this shit progress, continue. Cause there are people. I mean, shit. Like, the lady who said, "Have a good day." She made it. Took her time to like get out and say that shit. Everybody treat me like shit. The girl with the green eyes at the Walgreens who let me use her phone. Like she just seemed so conflicted. Like, cause her boss, they put on a little smiley face, whatever, and they smile while they can't help you. I'm just like, I already knew what it was. I already been experiencing this shit for the last 4 months at that time. Just a whole fucking pariah out here for no goddamn reason. And you know, like everybody was just not fucking helpful at all. And she let me use her phone. And shit, man, I ain't shower. Fucking, I knew I ain't look the best. I knew I ain't smell the best and shit. Fucking, now it's like simple shit like that. Nigga who gave me a fucking orange lighter at the fucking gas station. Fucking, before I realized, because at first I thought it was just like some rumor had went down. Then I realized it was more than that. It was like, but another girl had spun the block twice and fucking banging Kendrick Lamar's "They Not Like Us." Cause I was trying to I was just fed up and I was trying to confide in somebody, like gas station attendant and shit. And she was trying to tell me yo, these niggas don't give a fuck. Like they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They not like us, right? And you know what I'm saying? That's another one. You know, you don't do shit to kids and turn them into adults, and then fucking get mad at the adult for the way you cultivated society to treat their ass, because somebody's fucking responsible. I mean, they have to hold accountability for themselves, but it's bigger than that. But anyway, so now my funds is steadily decreasing. My shit's getting hacked. I know it's TT, cause she got fucking ties to the dark web and shit, and she got cameras. I know the dark web, and I personally I know how to access the dark web. I know a lot about it. But me personally, I've said that I'd never fucking get on that bitch because I don't have time, and then I don't want to ever have to. Well, I never wanted to have to look behind my shoulder or some shit, you know, or click on something that's weird as hell, and then I got motherfuckers banging on my door and shit. I was like, that's not how I'm go out. So I was like, I'm just stay the fuck away from it. But they all on that shit. I know she be running scams and shit. But I didn't know how deep motherfuckers was in this shit, because the way it was presented was an older man named Robert that came through, and he was like, he had presented an offer for us to do the scam with fucking, I don't know, it was credit card numbers on the fucking deep web, and you pay for multiple credit cards, because some of them are just gonna be bullshit. They don't work, and that's just some of them though. So some of them you can get some money, and he presented us, and we didn't have. It was just a group of four who was way younger, and we ain't had no fucking It was strapped on cash, and ain't nobody was saying that. They just looked bewildered or whatever, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stand up and say some shit. And I was like, nah, bro, I don't think it's a good look. You know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't want Motherfucking rich ass, old ass white dude fucking taking advantage of us. And the other robber was white too. So I mean, it was just nah, man. Fucking, you ain't gonna do that shit to us. And it was just that. And then the younger Robert asked me, what did I think about it? And I told him just that. Like, I didn't say, you taking advantage of us in front of his face, but I told him that. And I was like, let me let me see how other people thought of that question, so I could gauge what where their mind was at. So I asked TT. She snapped back, and I was like, what the fuck? You never do that shit before, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, something's weird here. But each person in that group had a different, like, role. You see what I'm saying? So at that moment, I'm like, okay, so the dream makes sense, because I had a dream also with a dragon on TT and two snakes, one on Robert and one on Jared. And it's before they were acting weird. So I'm like, why did I have that dream, right? So it's just God warning me. And so I'm chilling. I'm like, okay, let me get a fucking gauge on what's going on, because at this point, I know that they got my information. I know they're doing something with it, but I ain't trying to arouse suspicion and shit. And I don't know the dynamics of this group. Robert was the sympathetic character. Jared was the friend who we were gonna, like, be set up in competition for TT, and I'm like, I don't fucking do that shit. Like, TT would fucking like, I didn't even know her and Jared were like anything. Dude was silent. It was like a bodyguard. We were like talking, and there was like a little bit of flirting going on, and he never say shit. And I'm like, oh, I guess he's just a bodyguard, or a brother, or really a friend or some shit. I didn't know they had no past. And then when that came up, I'm like, well, why they didn't fuck y'all? Didn't say nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even give a shit. Like, what the fuck? So that was weird as fuck. Then, but I'm trying to see, like, who's, like, innocent. Is anyone getting blackmailed? Like, I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And they played their fucking roles good. I'm like, very confusing, very twisted and winded up. Anyway, just in case I could get one of them out of there, or get some reasoning and some people and shit. So it just kept getting weirder and weirder. My money kept decreasing, and I'm getting fed up and shit. But God told me to stay. So I was about to just do me for real. A couple times. Niggas won't telling the goddamn truth. This is dumbass, Lord, what are you talking about? I'm like, y'all niggas is fucking retarded. I know I ain't goddamn retarded. And that shit pissed me the fuck off. But, whatever. So, God told me to stay. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll stay. And so I had to appreciate the good times. There were times where they were funny. There were times where it was like cool ass interactions. But the simple fact that it was always like a goddamn setup. Like I knew fucking TT wanted to go to the Walmart, and I stayed parked, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking write some music while I'm in the goddamn car and shit. I see a nigga walk up perfectly fine, young ass dude, probably like 26, 27, by himself, hop in the fucking grocery cart, the motorized one, and drive around Walmart. Now, I did that shit with my cousins when I was younger. One thing, don't no nigga do that shit by themselves. Two, fucking, who the fuck over the age of goddamn fucking, what, 17, maybe 22, at the oldest? Again, with a group of goddamn friends. This nigga did that shit by himself. I'm like, that shit weird. I'm gonna watch this nigga. She called me to come into the store. At this point, my car and my gun have been tried multiple times. They're trying to get me away. They're trying to separate me from this shit. So I'm like, all right, I'll go in there for a little bit. I go in there. TT know where I put my gun on me. I'm heading to the bathroom. I see that nigga. I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. This nigga come to the bathroom behind me. I'm like, I know this nigga. He was like, I saw him being weird before he even came to the Walmart. But he has to just use the bathroom at the same time. So there was open urinals, but I go into the stall. I switched my gun location. Fucking, because if it was on that side, he would have had, you know what I'm saying, I would have been indisposed and the nigga could have just, you know what I'm saying. So you know what I'm saying, I do that, take a piss, leave. He the only one there, drying his hands and shit. I'm like, all right. So I go to wash my hands. And he come to wash his hands a second time. And then he notices that the fucking gun ain't there. And he like literally expresses like, oh. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I fucking knew. Then when we got back to the motel or some shit, fucking white dude came out. He was trying to get into like an altercation with me and shit. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even fucking with him. I ain't even give him the time of day and shit, because I'm just like, nah, nigga, y'all doing too much. Y'all acting like I'm the goddamn motherfucking problem. Y'all niggas is the goddamn problem. You know what I'm saying? And as much as I've helped, the only reason I'm sticking around is because God said to. At this point, I'm mad as hell. I'm gonna jump like 3 fucking motels because now I'm fucking part of this goddamn, you know what I'm saying, pilgrimage or whatever. And constantly, you know what I'm saying, getting tried and shit. Ran into fucking, you know what I'm saying, gang members and shit. Fucking, after that whole ordeal, I just dipped the fuck out. I'm about to leave again. I take a nap in my fucking car. My tire goes flat. I have to fucking drive that bitch to the closest motel where I meet 2 new people. Motherfucker named Jay and some other, and like 3 other people. And they just pushing it on real heavy for me to stay in Colorado. Like I can make way more money outside of goddamn Colorado. I ain't trying to do this shit, y'all. Like, it's just fucking, like, but I see what's going on. I'm like, God damn, did I just get set up into another fucking play or some shit? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I have to move accordingly and shit. Because every single time this shit happens, my resources are compromised. They trying to get me to depend on these motherfuckers. Then that means that I lose autonomy. See? That's never good. So I have to play the game, watch, learn, understand, and get resources because they all love bomb you. So I was using that to my advantage and shit. That's why I got the tools to make the booth mobile and shit. Like, I was fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was always making shit to my fucking advantage. You ain't gonna try to play me and leave me out to dry shit. But I always peep game. And that's when the fucking panel van came. That's when dude cocked the gun. Like, you know what I'm saying? TT's favorite pizza is like pepperoni pineapple. dude with an FBI hat fucking gave one of the guys a pizza. I look in the rearview mirror on my little side mirror. I look at him. He didn't just give the pizza and walk away. He stood there. He wanted me to see him. I saw him. I bust out laughing. I was like, how many fucking people does this bitch have on her goddamn payroll? Like, what in the fuck? Like, I'm just tripping, bro. I was just like, this don't make no goddamn sense. I was like, I don't want no goddamn pizza, bro. Just like that, just laughing and shit. I want no goddamn pizza, bro. And then I ate some of the pizza because I was hungry later. But, yeah, and every time I spoke out about some shit got harder for me. Like businesses, like, when I was on the street, like, some businesses would, like, leave food out. I spoke out, food's gone. That's fucking breadcrumbs, bro. My value as a human being and my worth should not depend on shit like that. That's bogus. You gonna make me fucking goddamn starve, or at least try to, right? As a means of control, ain't nobody goddamn controlling me, bro. Nah, that's what God gave me free will. You ain't gonna be doing no bullshit like that. That's blasphemy, nigga. I don't fucks with that. So, you know what I'm saying? I had to ride like fucking, 5 miles to another place to get some food and shit that was left out. Because only that area was affected. My car went down. This is the shit that happens. Like, I think they sabotaged my goddamn car too. Now I don't know where my keys at. Fucking, it's just ridiculous shit. Like, and it's all designed to, like, put me in a bad light and make me, even myself, think that I'm the fucking problem. But I know I'm not the goddamn problem, and you're not gonna fucking convince me otherwise. I made a plan. I've had plenty of plans. I've reached out. I've done a lot in the efforts of myself. And one thing I stand on is that I ain't giving up. I don't care how many goddamn motherfucking voodoo, papa, whatever the fuck his name is, it's goddamn spells and niggas throwing at me. You ain't bigger than God. And I'm tenacious as fuck. I'm tough like tungsten. Ain't nobody fucking with me. Because it's gonna be a good ass fight. And I'm gonna keep getting back up, man. So fuck it. And everything that I don't see, God see. I don't even know who the fuck I really can trust, even come to like family and shit. Shit's getting ridiculous. It's like you having to rethink your entire fucking life and see if niggas was really for you and shit. Because once you fucking see that narcissistic pattern and shit, you goddamn question everything, man. And so, like, I'm just wondering, you know what I'm saying, about my daddy. It's just, all this shit is crazy enough to happen. Like, and that shit fuck with me too, but I know my daddy with me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Every time, you know what I'm saying, I speak to him, you know what I'm saying, I find motherfucking feathers and shit. Or I find goddamn, like, you know what I'm saying, a black and mild or something, you know what I'm saying, on the ground and shit. Like, he looking out for me and shit. So I know that's real. Been guiding me through it. Kept telling me, dig deeper, don't give up and shit. You know? I'm hoping, you know what I'm saying, he won't take it out or some shit. Because I don't know what the fuck I did to even goddamn deserve any of this bullshit. I called up my uncle, worked at the Pentagon for like fucking years. Asked him if he had some friends. He said no. The NAACP knows about this shit. This shit is real. And I have like evidence. Just fucking some of this equipment they got. The government has to fucking know about this shit. But if you are my uncle and you gonna be like, I ain't got no friends, what the fuck is you doing? You don't care that this shit is happening to me. Cause you ain't goddamn raising hell. You ain't fucking, cause my nephews and my nieces, anybody in my family, bruh, I would have been on every motherfucking site. I would have been on every news. I would have been motherfucking ripping and roaring and making a goddamn noise. A sound or something. And I didn't even have time to even consider that. The fact that I was hearing crickets. Because I'm just so used to goddamn doing shit myself. Having to learn fucking, I guess, all human fucking skills on my own. Like, goddamn, I didn't even fucking realize this shit. I had no fucking, like, it's a goddamn shame. But I guess that's a part of the reason why, like, it kept my motherfucking spirit pure in a sense. The only instruction I really did get was from the Bible. I ain't know how to. I ain't have no game. I just come authentic. Every time I felt bad, I'd try to repent and pray. Like, the shit just kept my motherfucking spirit, you know what I'm saying, as pure as it could be. One time I did try to fucking, like that game type shit, like, where fucking you do these tactics and shit. First off, it was like, this is way too much goddamn effort. And yes, it was advantageous, but it always felt shitty. Like, it just made me feel like how can I tell somebody I love them and then, like, not me, just to not mean it, just to get a nut? And I'm like, that's fucking with this whole another human being's, like, mental. It's disingenuous. And how would she ever, like, trust? Like, I become part of the goddamn problem. I couldn't fucking do it for long. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, nah, this ain't even fucking me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, no matter what, I could not do that shit. I got too much goddamn empathy for it. And so, you know what I'm saying? But then when I came back to Melanie, because I'm thinking, like, you know, all this weird ass shit happened, I'm going to Melanie and shit. She's like the only semblance of what I thought was in the realm of sanity, right? I'm telling her, like, oh, I'm, you know what I'm saying, these niggas trying to get me. I'm whooping their ass, you know what I'm saying? Me, top dog, me, nigga, you know what I'm saying? G.O.D. all day. Diddy stepping all over their ass. Like, I'm fucking saint walking. I'm going hard, and it's like she ain't even happy. And she made, like, weird ass comments about, like while I'm telling her the story and whatever, like, that's you wrote that, right? I'm like, no, that's not even my handwriting. And I peep game, because I already know these people is connected with fraud, and I'm like, what the fuck? And as time went on, I'm like, she was like, you and TT and they're your friends. I'm like, first off, you didn't get to listen to a goddamn thing I said, because I'm telling you the bitch TT crazy. I'm telling you they're all fucking crazy. Why the fuck you keep calling them my goddamn friends, right? I'm telling you the whole fucking story. What are you not fucking paying attention to? Second, are these your goddamn friends? Because they act just like you. And she fucking was doing her hair in the goddamn mirror or some shit. And she turned at me like this. She's like mad. And then she's like, and then ran at me and started, you know what I'm saying, trying to do that shit. And I'm like, I bust out laughing. I was like, they are your guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then I'm like, why the fuck would you do that shit? Like, that just threw me for a loop. Like, what the fuck? Your ass is the one that acted crazy. Like, and you gonna send me through that gauntlet of fucking bullshit? And like, then she was trying to like, kind of like flirt. But I'm like, if I say I'm like done, like, I'm not fitting it. Like, if you hear me say I'm done in a relationship, I am not coming back. I came back as a friend. She didn't have a car, and she needed help with her daughters and shit. I can do that. I'm not gonna sleep with you. That's what's not gonna happen. So, because then it's just inauthentic for me. It would lead into like repeating the shit, and I'm not. No, I have a huge fucking threshold for grace and understanding. If you get me to that point, I've exhausted every mental fiber in my fucking being to like try and give effort more into this relationship, because goddamn, like, you know, you may think it's whatever, but like, I don't intend to like fucking give up on the person that I'm co-creating with. You feel me? Like, that don't make no sense. And that person should always be your goddamn piece. And nobody should get in between that fucking bond or that union ever. Not even your kids. And you may think that's weird, but no. Y'all handle y'all shit together, right? And then you go as a unified front, independently, in front of them goddamn children. They shouldn't be running game on y'all, asking one and then asking the other, or none of that shit, or trying to get, no. The most that they should be able to do is always confide in you if maybe one was a little bit too harsh, but that's when the one that they confided in goes to talk to the other one, and then they both come back with the answer. And you should be able to trust the other one to be your advocate or to be you when you're not there. Duh. Like, what the fuck? You ain't got time. Like, I don't understand people who want to, like, continue with these petty ass goddamn games, man. And shit, like, that's just always really how me, Trayvon, and Day Day, like, we've always been. See, they both Pisces, born the same month, couple days apart. Just a year, you know, like 11 months, some shit. That's who I always hung around, right? So it's like I had a whole bunch of like Piscean introspective like lessons or like just vibes circulate in me, right? Now we just did dirties like youngins and shit, but as we got older, we always really tried to stand on fucking morals and principles and shit. Like we weren't the ones to ever like give up on a motherfucker. We weren't the ones to like play nobody. We weren't the ones to. We were all genuine, each and every one of us, and we tried our hardest to goddamn wear our hearts on our sleeves, and we never folded on that shit. Like, no matter what mistakes we did, we never really folded or nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just how we always was. And yeah. So fucking, I can't understand. Like, I mean, and all three of us been through some crazy ass shit, but I can't understand how the rest of society is just cool with this immature bullshit that just wastes fucking everybody's fucking time. Like, don't you got more important things to worry about, like your goddamn future? But it's just like everybody in this fucking matrix, right? It's just they down with the petty, bruh. They say they don't like the petty, but they live and thrive in the petty. That's what it is, man. And I tell me where I'm lying. Tell me how many petty motherfuckers you come across and come in contact with on the daily, or you interact with, and they your supposed, you know what I'm saying, peoples and shit. Then you dealing with crabs in the barrel. You dealing with motherfucking messy ass motherfucking friendships where everybody slept with goddamn everybody. You know what I'm saying? I never fucking it was real weird too, cause like I ain't never fucking cheat on goddamn Mel. I would tell it, like I would never bring it up. You know what I'm saying? But I got hit on like a lot, like a fucking lot, right? But I never bring it up. I just like walk the fuck away, and then come back. And she'll bring up, oh, was you cheating? I'm like, no, bitch. I just went to fucking up the street, and I got hit on. Then she'll get mad because I brought up another fucking bra. I'm like, God damn it, bro. Like, I'm just bringing up an example that you worried about me. I'm telling you so you don't have to goddamn worry that shit happened just a few fucking seconds ago or like a day ago, and I don't do that shit. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to give you this standard that like I'm breaking up with you if you cheat, and then I'm out here cheating? What is that logic? And I know niggas is dogs. I know bitches is fucking frauds and everybody a goddamn thug and killer apparently. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make sense to me. How am I gonna tell you something that I can't, that you shouldn't be able to expect, especially with my goddamn track record? Like, I don't do shit. Everything I do is for betterment. And for real, you're slowing me down. So, I mean, I'm really trying to like have you keep up, but you was there with me when my daddy died. You know what I'm saying? And I know your fucking past, but I don't even know what the fuck is true. All I know is that I see hurt. I don't know what is actually completely true sometimes. When it comes to people telling their little life stories and shit, because first off, it's one-sided. And second off, like, it doesn't even have to be malicious. It'd be like the way they remember it and shit. So I don't know. And then third, now that I'm like, I might be dealing with goddamn sociopaths over here sometimes. You know, like, it's fucking wild. Like, just narcissists, sociopaths, and fucking habitual liars and shit. It's fucking ridiculous. How the fuck would you ever know what the goddamn truth is? You can't get it out of nobody. You have to fucking like piece that shit together. And when there's like a fuck ton of like story threads and shit, that takes a while. You know what I'm saying? Takes a little bit. I'm tired, bro. And I don't fucking. I want my fucking money. I want my life back. I want to fucking get the fuck out of here. I want to fucking do what the fuck I set out to do. Like, I had dreams. I had fucking plans. I was well on my way. But because haters out here just can't let a nigga live and be his best self, now I'm dealing with this. Cause niggas be lying and shit all the goddamn time. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. But that's how I know fucking all this shit is connected. I fucking tried to that court date video. I sent my like I'm like why didn't the letter get to my motherfucking house? Why can't nobody tell me what the date is and the time? You feel me? Like everybody goddamn fucking with me. And then I'm like, all right, cool, bet, whatever. I text my brother because my phone was stolen a couple days before. That had like 40% of the evidence that I had gathered on all of this shit. No. It had like 60%. I still had 40%, right? Because I backed it up, right? But it took forever to goddamn back up. Anyway, but I knew it was going to be a target, so I was trying to back that shit up, but I didn't have enough fucking, whatever. I was going to show that shit in court. Like, yo, this is some real ass shit that's happening. They knew that. I knew they knew that. You know what I'm saying? I text my brother and my sister the day before. Usually if you delete a message on Facebook, you get message deleted. That shit pops up. I text them. My shit dies. I get up early in the morning. That's when the lady said, I hope you have a good day. It was the day of that court. I have to charge my shit, and then I have to cut it on and walk another distance because I need the Wi-Fi, right? By that time, I log on. The first message from my brother is, hey, did you make it to court? Like, I saw him typing. The bubbles popped up, right? I just logged on. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like I sent the. I was done at that point because I'm like, everybody wants to fucking act like this is my goddamn fault. Like my fucking car stopped working. Fucking a week and a half before the court date. I'm in contact with my family this whole time, telling them what the hell is happening to me. You feel me? Like, I need to get my shit straight. I'm not fucking trying to like tap you guys dry, but like niggas is really fucking with me out here. How the hell am I supposed to motherfucking what was that? I don't know. Get like my fucking responsibilities and shit done when like it's really me against the world right here. And I don't need motherfuckers to be like not fucking encouraging me or like just telling me like oh, but you know what I'm saying, you know, like the longer you're out there, I'm not trying to fucking be out here. Like, is nobody goddamn listening to me? Like, why aren't you hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth? Ain't nobody fitting to stay the fuck out of here. I mean, in here, it's cold, it's miserable. Like, I'm dealing with shit. And I'm trying my best to fight shit that I don't think you guys would understand. Because it seems that, like, they don't. But then I'm like, at this point, it's so goddamn obvious. Like, shit needs to happen. Shit needs to be done. You feel me? And it's like every single time, it's like this is somehow my fault. Where? When? Is it my fault that every time I make a fucking plan, shit starts to fucking go awry? And niggas out here know what the fuck is going on? But then it always falls back on me, right? Why the fuck is that happening? And I was just fed up with it. You know what I'm saying? And like after the second day, after the court date, I called asked somebody to borrow their phone so I could log on so I could see if I can get another phone. My car is done. I was like, I'd have to take a bus to the fucking thing, but I didn't have no fucking money. I'm asking like, yo, can anybody help me? It's a week and a half. I need at least something to get to and fro. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I can walk to Thornton from where I'm at. Like, I ain't get shit. Then my phone got stolen. And then, you know, contact, I had to, all that fucking shit I had to do. It was cold as shit at night, so you can really only do shit in the daytime. Winter, days are short as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking everywhere. Like, the day goes by really goddamn quick when all you got is daylight hours and you walking fucking everywhere. Nobody feel like walking all that goddamn much. But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So I log on Facebook again, just in the nick of time, right? I get the bubbles popping up. Oh, Meeble, you didn't make it to the court date. Are you okay? Is this Meeble? Fucking, we gonna put out an APB. I'm like, hold the fuck up. Fine, stop. I just told you the goddamn cops is harassing me and shit. Fucking, like, we can't trust them. Why the fuck would you do some dumbass shit like that? I call her up immediately. I'm like, fine. She didn't, because my phone was not fucking, like, I had no phone. I call her up. I'm like, fine, don't put no goddamn APB out on me. I'm fine. I told y'all if my phone was fucked up. She's like, well, I already put the APB. I'm like, what the fuck? Now are y'all niggas trying to fucking sabotage me and shit? For real, because, like, I'm telling you, everybody in the motherfucking system is fucking with me right now. Everybody in my local area is at me right now. I've really honestly had goddamn hitman out on me. What the fuck did I do? You feel me? And you know my phone is gone. You called me the second day after I missed court, telling me you gonna put out APB out of me. I don't know what the fuck gonna happen to me. Them motherfuckers pick me up in the goddamn whatever. Either I'm gonna have to, like, it don't make no fucking logical sense. I'm like, y'all niggas trying to get me killed? Are you for real? That's fucked up. She was whack as a bitch, man. But yeah, that's the story, man. I had to keep a lot just to my chest and shit. Gone.